Or yes, this is the SNK 40th Anniversary Collection. I played this game off of a disc. There's no installation really to put this game on my PS4. I should mention a couple of things. You can also play Godslayer, which is apparently the Japanese version of this game. I'll mess around with it a bit later just to kind of see the differences, because obviously I don't speak or read Japanese, so it'd be kind of interesting to see what I would do if I couldn't understand what was on screen, but we'll figure that out later. I'm not going to be recording directly into the headset. I'm not going to be recording directly into the gamepad for this video because I want my commentary to be separate from the game audio, so I'll splice the two together later. Because you can't control the volume on this thing. So I'm not going to be able to reduce the game audio so that it can blend nicely with my audio. So I'll just do it myself after the fact. Of course, you got to hear the dope soundtrack. Actually, it's a pretty good SNK soundtrack as far as NES game. It's a pretty good NES soundtrack. I don't know if it's one of the better ones. I don't know if it's one of the better ones, but it's a pretty good one. It's actually a lot shorter than I thought it was. But your boy used to record the soundtrack to this game by hooking up a boombox to a mono TV speaker. And I would sneeze, and sometimes I would sneeze, and you'd hear my sneezing over the music. So I finally get a chance to hear the soundtrack the way it was meant to be heard. Through a PS4 with AAC digital audio, I guess. It's another digital. This collection is another digital Eclipse special. So you'll be happy to know that the world's most, not the world's most famous emulators, one of gaming's most famous emulators, distributors of emulated video games, is now doing so with old SNK arcade games, or in this case, old Famicom and NES games. I want to say SNK never really did any Genesis games because obviously the Neo Geo came out eventually and Takara was doing ports of them. But I played this game with a Game Genie for about 4 or 5 years. I beat it several dozen times. Unfortunately, I'm not ashamed to say this, I cheated obviously, but I used the Game Genie because the way it worked is that I had Nintendo Power, but it wasn't that useful because I didn't really have a guide, really. I didn't have a full Nintendo Power guide. What I did have was a Game Genie that gave me unlimited magic. So I was just sitting there holding the A button, so I was just constantly refreshing my health. The game was still hard though. Don't think it wasn't. I can't even imagine I would have beaten this game without that Game Genie. So I'm gonna do that now, actually. And of course, this SNK collection allows you to watch a playthrough of someone playing the North American version of this game. Of course, you can jump right in anytime you want. Which means if you want to skip past any boss, you can. I would not do that myself because I would rather save my own, progress just to see how it goes. We'll see. Like I said, because I mean, come on, you got level ups, you got experience, you got all the good stuff. This game, I seem to recall, this game came out on the NES in 1990, and it was very much okay. I'm a Godslayer, but I'm a dude. I didn't give this much thought. I guess I'll call myself Goliath. Actually, can I even make a name that long? Nope, I can't. I guess we'll call ourselves Goliath. Actually, yeah, we'll just go with that. I was trying to go Goliath and it wouldn't work. Oh well. Obviously, I didn't give the game much. I didn't give it much thought. At least I'll know if someone's. Ripping my YouTube streams. Helps to have an identifier. I want to say you can skip all those cutscenes, by the way. In fact, I'll probably go back and check later, see if I can. I don't have a sword yet, so don't worry about that. Yep, armor, AB, armor, shield. What are the controls here? Yeah, the select button on the NES pad has been remapped to the triangle button. There is no key rebinding in this collection, and that very much disappoints me. It helps, I mean, there are some games like Street Smart where it would be incredibly helpful if I could just switch the buttons, but the game won't let you do that. I'm like, come on guys, it's 2019. You'd think you would allow people to do full key rebinding unless you're worried that you might make the game too easy. Sorry, not you. All I have to do is just walk up to this one dude. Yeah, I didn't press a button. I just touched him, and I wound up talking to him. Not you. It's the bunny rabbit. There you are. It's dangerous to go alone. Have a sort of win. Okay, problem solved. We probably don't even need that. Yeah, we don't need that. We don't need that save. Okay. Let's go outside and beat stuff up. Gonna grab loot. Grind up. Okay, what? Oh, Gotta equip the sword. Remember that, kid? You had to. You didn't automatically equip your weapons. Imagine dying. Imagine being the poor soul who's playing this game for the first time. It's like, I can't use my sword. Well, it's because you didn't save your game, doofus. It's because you didn't equip it, doofus. There we go. Okay, attack button. And you have a magic button, but we don't have any magic yet. You hold down the attack button, and you get this little atomic. You get this little atomic nuke. You get this little atomic orbit around your character that shows that you're ready to shoot something. But you can't move and charge your weapon. So you have to stand still, hold the button down, and you can do that. Also, you can delay a charge like this by moving in the middle of a charge. Then when you're ready, you can just... You can hold a charge while you're moving, so there's no reason to do that, I don't think. I mean, if the game actually made... Like, if there was some kind of boss that said, you know, hey, you have to let go of your charge, otherwise he's gonna dodge your attacks, that might be interesting. I want to say these projectile attacks are just as strong as your regular sword swing. 1, 2, see? 2 sword swings brings down Catman. So yeah. By the way, those coins disappear, so fair warning. This is a pretty dope action game. It's not really, you can call it an RPG if you want. I always love the play control in this game. Like I said, you can pretty much just mash the attack button and like just do like a 100-hand slap on enemies. Looks like the cat's slower inside the bushes. Yeah, your character is slightly slower inside these bushes. But I think he's full speed outside the bushes. Okay, that's fine. That's cute. Yeah, I would spend like, you know, half an hour sometimes just walking back and forth grinding up my character in this game. This probably lasts forever, but when you're younger and you're more experimental and you have all the time in the world in between school days, I mean, you might as well just... what were you gonna do, you know? Get better at Mega Man 2? This is actually a game that I got... I don't want to say I got it for Christmas a while ago. I want to say it was one of the few NES games I owned. I think I had about a dozen of those games when I was younger. Okay, I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna use the rewind. I'm not gonna accept any hits. I don't want to have to go back to the inn to regenerate my health. So I will cheat a little bit by using the rewind button to save myself some time when I'm grinding. But but when I'm actually out exploring, then yeah, I'm not gonna use the rewind button. I'm not gonna cheat like that. So I'm gonna play fair a little bit. But this game is supposedly really hard, like especially in the later levels when, you know, enemies will start coming from everywhere and start pummeling you with projectile attacks. You have very little magic. I want to say your magic has a recharge, right? I'll double check that later. Okay, so we got about 12 more of these enemies to defeat, but like I said, if you just go back and forth, they'll eventually respawn. So, actually, I think you can leave. That's right, you can leave the area too if you need to. So we'll do some exploring too when we're done. But yeah, I mean, look at this. I mean, you know how hard it is to find? Like, imagine if Lord of the Rings played like this. Remember Lord of the Rings on Super NES? That game was terrible. It was slow. It was really, really slow. You were managing 4 characters who were all in one unchanging pattern, I want to say. You just gotta, and it was just this incredibly slow and tedious combat. I think it was also a port of a PC game. That would explain why they didn't really change the way the game played, because it wasn't designed around that. But this game was clearly designed around around a top-down action game. It's almost as if they decided, okay, we're gonna make a top-down action game, but it's not gonna be like Zelda, where it's like heavy on the puzzles. We're just gonna do a straight-up action game. You're not gonna worry. You can always throw your sword, regardless of how much health you have. But it's gonna be a magic system. And it's a shame, this is one of those games that really suffered when SNK went the Neo Geo route, because obviously you were designing games to be arcade games. You couldn't design them around, you know... Wait, there are enemies in here, right? We're almost going to level up, so... You couldn't design games around, you know, home play like this game. This game is a home game, so it's... I'm called Zebu. Oh, okay. Try to make the windmill work. Oh, yeah, you have to use your match to blast through that door. Yeah, I think you need a fire sword or something. So we'll come back here, don't worry. But like I said, there's no map in this game. So we'll see what we can do. I have to make my own map. Okay, 2 more enemies to go. But yeah, I mean, again, this game, like most NES games, was, well, like a lot of NES games, weren't based on arcade games. They were based on home play. The levels increased. So I can save that. You can save anywhere, I want to say, right? Well, I mean, in the original game, too. And I want to say when you reload your game save, you get... Let me check on that. Okay, I think we're fine. But yeah, I mean, this is an NES game, and NES games... You don't have to worry about holding the reset button. And let's see what happens when we reload. Actually, I saved there. Hit detection's pretty good too, so it's reasonably reliable. Wrong button. How do you... Did I miss something? Yeah, did I save before? Okay, so I hit triangle, then options. Okay, let's load. Okay, so I started right there in the middle of the world. That's weird. But save anywhere is great. So you might as well do it. We're only getting 1 experience point here, so I'm not gonna hang around here trying to kill 60 more anthropomorphic cats. But again, this is an NES game, and the great thing about NES games is that you get, you know, the ability to, you get these really long games that you can play for 10 or 15 hours and just save your game anywhere. Unlike the Neo Geo, where you needed an arcade machine and you needed a memory card, I want to say, so you could save anywhere. You needed a copy of the game at home, which costs like $200. Well, it costs anywhere from $60 to $200. It costs anywhere from... Yeah, I want to say it costs anywhere from $60 to like $160 at least. So that was always a problem with the Neo Geo. So one of the problems is that if you're SNK and you're making arcade games now, and I can't blast through this. We'll get to that. I want to see the windmill open that. Then all of a sudden you're making arcade games, and arcade games don't allow you to really make games like this. I mean, how would you possibly... You would have to have a password system, I guess. But you have to set up a password system that kept people from cheating, which is the problem. Because you need to keep making money in a game like this, where isn't designed to be played. Doofus. I forget how to wake this guy up. I think you need a bell or something. But the idea is that how would a game like this work in an arcade? Well, you need a password system, but you also need to make money consistently, and you can't really do that. Okay, so I don't know how to... Like, I think that dude has what I need to turn it on. I'm just wasting my time at this point. So I can't wake this dude up without a bell, I guess. I guess that means I need to go back to town. Okay, so watch this. That doesn't work. Triangle, start, save. I can't save in here. Okay, so that's the trick. I have to be out in the overworld. Which is another way to make the game more challenging, I guess. Slimes. I think they're jellies, actually. Okay, now we can save. So let's do a trick. Load. Okay, so we just end up in the last area. We end up in the last waypoint, so that's fine. That's a reasonable way to do this. And in case you're wondering, no, even though I've played this game like a dozen or so times, I have not played the Game Boy port, the Game Boy Color port, which I heard is, well, it's different, and it's also kind of annoying because this game was obviously designed for larger screens, and that tiny Game Boy Color screen with the modified resolution, apparently they never got around to actually fixing that problem. So instead of redesigning the game around the smaller screen the way, you know, Link's Awakening did on the Game Boy, they decided, you know what, we'll just keep the game the same. And so the game becomes harder because it's kind of hard to see where enemies are sometimes on that tiny screen. Yeah, we already did that. It's the Village of Leaf. Yeah. No, we're fine. Yeah, we got full life. We're fine. We'll come back. Like, $60. I didn't get a chance to see how much gold we're getting because we $60. That's like a third of my income. It's like a third of my stash, by the way. Yeah, leaf. Don't need that. Don't need armor yet. Later we will. Like when we're fighting bosses, but not now. It does kind of suck that when you walk up to a person, you automatically start a conversation with them. So you have to walk around people. Let me do a check. Let me do a save here. Because we're going to have to buy something. You might need those later. Warp boots. They take you back to town. The alarm flute, we're definitely going to need that. I want to say we need that to wake up the dude. Now again, I know that because I played this game before and it's in the back of one of my brain folds. But I barely remember that. Yeah, so I guess that means I need the alarm flute. Again, is someone going to clue me in as to what I need to wake up that dude? Yeah, is someone else going to tell me what I need to do to wake that dude up? Do rabbits talk? I mean, they wiggle their tail. They wiggle their tails. I didn't know they actually spoke. We'll find Zebu. Yeah, Zebu. So I guess I needed that alarm thing. We'll find out in a second. Let's see how much money I get from these enemies, by the way. 115. 1 coin. How much for the Catman? 2. Okay, so I get 2 from the Catman. 1 experience, 2 gold. Fine. So we gotta get out of here as soon as possible, otherwise we'll never level up. We'll be here forever. But yeah, I would not be surprised if I was that guy who spent half an hour leveling up to level 3 before I moved on. Just walking back and forth, building experience, getting stronger basically. Actually, how's my magic here? Yeah, my life went up to 64. See? Okay, let's get that loot. Literally. Yep. Get that flute. No. What button do I press? Just a second. Do it some fashion way. X. Wait. No, that's not how you do it. Just a moment. Yeah, to press the square button. So that was the attack button, okay. Who's that? Yep, hold that thought. Got that windmill key. So that'll be over here. So basically, I get our story triggers done. I should totally make a game like this with Game Maker or whatever. Basically, I'm one of those guys who's like, yeah, my art skills suck. Just give me the ability to make an 8-bit top-down action game, and I'll be fine. I gotta equip the key. Duh. Yeah, of course. So yeah, so now the alarm loot's gone. I had to buy an item. So basically, I had to walk back and forth and kill a bunch of enemies to get an item that I needed to advance the story. There we go. So you press the square button, which is your attack button. And the color cycling means that the windmill animation is finally going. So yeah, the windmill animation works with the color cycling system. Okay, fine, so the windmill's exploded. I mean, the windmill caused the rock wall to explode. You. It does seem weird to have this really long passageway that leads to a dead end. Anyway. It's like a massive waste of... It's like a massive waste of memory, too. Whoops. I guess I'm gonna back up if I do stupid stuff like that. That. There we are. And you probably saw that garbage on the right-hand side of the screen. That's typical for a lot of NES games, actually. I want to say it was some kind of video buffer trick where it allows games like this to scroll in 4 directions freely because of all the crap they put on the borders of the screen. Which you wouldn't really see. I mean, remember, these games were designed to be played on CRT monitors, and they were curved. So normally you wouldn't be able to see that crap because it'd be around the edges. Depending on your monitor, of course. Okay, well, crap. See, again, I'll just rewind when I do stupid. Again, I'm just trying to make progress. This game isn't that hard. This part of the game isn't that hard. Okay, give me a thing. I need a thing. What's up to Zebu here? Give me my thing. Yep. Refresh. I gotta equip it, of course. There we go. We'll save this. So, which power? Oh, I have to go through the cave first. Darn it. Bah. Okay, so we'll do it. I'll do a check on my magic. See if, because I don't think that's right. That's right. I don't get a magic or refill. I want to say, but I'll check. Of course, I won't need it if I have this rewind button. But again, stupid stuff, you know, just adds up. You have to keep going back to town, I want to say, if you keep doing dumb stuff, so just be careful. Okay, that's some weird AI on that. Okay. So a save in-game. We'll do a save out-of-game just in case. Alright. Let's go inside. Let me check my magic. Okay, yeah, I don't have to worry about magic then. So my magic is... Let me confirm what my magic ability is. Okay, circle. X. Okay, do I get my magic back? Nope. No regenerating magic. Unless there's like an item or something I could use. Yeah, I just wanted to check on that. Okay, it's bail. Let's do this. Ah, crap. Let's try that again. Okay, now I got it. 3 shots with the sword, huh? Okay, 2 experience for those guys. I always wondered how they did that, that foreground transparency effect, because I saw that in POW, P-O-W, so I'm curious how they made that work. 2 experience and 2 gold for these green jellies. Not the guys who did 3 Little Pigs. Which I'll never understand that song. The only green jelly music I liked was in Max Carnage, which isn't saying very much, but I never understood the whole green jelly thing. I completely missed out on that phenomenon. Yep. There was that Carnage Rules song, which I guess sounded okay. But, no, the vocals were not good. But I did like the instrumental versions, which of course the Super NES version had. I don't know what happened to the Genesis version of that game. The soundtrack of that game was just awful. Super NES version pwned that, like, severely. Was that Chris JoJo who did the guitar riffs on the Super NES version? I forget. I'll double check. That's another one of those games that might never get re-released because of licensing issues. But it's not that expensive. I want to say it's like maybe a $20 game. It's not bad. Ah, poisoned. See? Stuff like that. If you're poisoned, it means you're constantly losing health, I want to say. So I might need an antidote. So that might be another thing you have to buy for this game is an antidote. I thought I wasn't going to cheat, by the way. Here we are. I thought you could shoot something, can't you? I guess the snake doesn't shoot anything. I'm going to level up. How much for these? Whoops! Okay. Take another shot. Okay. So you can't save in here. Okay, 3. 2 for that. I think I got 1 coin out of him. Wait. We got a dude. Yeah, whoa! Okay. I got that figured out. Good. 4 experience for that. Got the warp boots. Wasn't a lot of experience for that fight, by the way. Very disappointed. Good thing I saved before I got into this cave. This would be the kind of thing that I would redo over and over again, just to make sure I did a deathless run of it. Didn't get poisoned. Because I know I reloaded some game saves because I died. Yeah, pin him against the wall. If you can pin an enemy against the wall, you can really wail on them. Because there is some knockback to these enemies when you hit them with your sword. If you can pin them against the wall, you can get a lot done. Crap. See? These enemies take a lot out of you. So you might need some healing items. So you might need to buy some healing items here. Alright, so I'll keep that in mind. That crap! Bats. Oh, but when you level up, you also get all your magic back, so that's fantastic. Instant magic refill. Got the ball of wind. That means I have to equip it, though. There we go, level 2. Okay, it's gonna be annoying, stupid bats. Yep, that's how you break down the walls. So these are the enemies that are gonna whittle you down, really. Yeah, sometimes the knockback has a bit of a problem. Blast through the gray walls. Now I have an antidote, so I needed that, okay. So that's the challenge. Surviving long enough in these caves with these enemies I give you to do some really nasty hits. Yeah, so I'm rewinding a little bit here. There we go. Alright, so back to where we were. Let's do a no-death run here. That crap. Crap. See, again, these bats. Okay, these bats are going to be a problem. Ah, see? Tiny little hit windows. Yeah, so imagine if you lost all your lives here and all your health because you didn't buy enough. You didn't buy enough refresh. That crap. See, that's really annoying. See? You could avoid them, I guess. These stupid little gnats. Gnats and bats. Okay, ball of wind. There we go. So that's how you break through. We can also kill bigger enemies with this thing. Of course, we don't have a... see, we don't have a big area of effect here on the attacks. So yeah, these things are just annoying because they're just so tiny. Hard to hit. Yes, that would have killed me too. Crap. So yeah, that seems to be most of the challenge here. In fact, you don't really have enough magic. I guess it's a good place to level up to, I don't know. Got him. So 3 of those big balls. There we go. He's out. Crap! Stupid bats. You have to find a good place to hit these guys. Whoops. It's about the hit detection. So you got to figure out where to... You need a safe spot to actually pin these guys against the wall. See, that didn't really work that time. These bats are the worst. Crap. See, these dumb bats. These bats are the worst. I officially hate these bats. They're just tiny, they're hard to hit. Which I guess is the point. It's almost like... Imagine how much energy it would just whittle away just by being annoying. Ah, see? Again. And no one drops any health either. Freaking bats. No, you don't. So you pin him against the wall with 3 hits, that brings him down. So I guess the big ball does twice as much damage as a regular sword attack. But remember, some enemies are weak to... There we go. Some enemies are weak to, or immune to specific swords, specific elements. So where am I going? Medical herb. Medicinal herb. Yeah, this game is tough. If you don't know where you're going. Crap! Stupid freaking bats. Wait, I didn't use any magic. There we go. I did use some magic. So I'll get some back later. Yes, that dude. He's not as bad as the bats, though. I'll be the first to say that. Really freaking annoying. So 3 XP for that. This might be a good place to level up, actually. Yeah, the later versions of these enemies, I want to say, spit out, like, stone. They spit out, like, rings that turn you to stone, I want to say. I guess they're like Medusas. Here we go. There he goes. Whoop! Did I take a hit there? Yeah, I think I took a hit there. Yeah, I took a hit there. It's not that hard. It's not that hard to line up your shots. Unlike, say, Golden Axe Warrior, where it's like half the time you didn't even know if you would make contact. Hit detection is a bit more forgiving in this game. So I do like that. Let's go back this way, see what's going on. Yeah, you can, whoops. You can respawn enemies, which is pretty cool. This guy's going to take off a lot of damage, by the way. So I guess the question is, if I save my game before I go in here, get an item, then leave, or blow down a door. Yeah, I want to say that's saved. So that might be a way to do this. Just keep going in and out and just save your game constantly. That might be a good idea. Let's see if I can make that work. We can only save. You only have 1 game save here, at least a save state, because you have multiple saves on the cartridge. Well, quote unquote cartridge. Yep. Guess I'm not getting lost in here. Yes, this is it. This is the way. Boss here, right? Yep. Called it. Yep. They'll shoot eventually. I think it's supposed to shoot bats at me. Yeah, see? I got my refresh, though. Those are really nasty. You know what I mean? It's an arcade game. Magic. Magic power's too low. Have to do it the old-fashioned way. Got him. See, this is an action game, kids. This is not an RPG. It's an action RPG. Of course it's too low. What do the rabbit boots do? Faster? I can jump, right? Oh, yeah, that's how I climb. There's like a mountain I can climb with these rabbit boots, I want to say. So it's not supposed to be a magic spell. Better be a town around here. So I need some health. Here we go. Perfect. We'll get to that. Okay, where's the inn? It's not called Lesbos. I believe it's called, the Mestria. Yeah, the Mestria. Village of Oak. Yeah, I think I remember the Village of Oak. So there's Village of Leaf, the Village of Oak. Ugh, that maze. Good lord, I hate that maze. Yeah. Okay, fine. Where's the inn? I might have to sell the loot. The flute. Sorry, the loot. Sell the flute. Later. Yeah. So that's where our story's going eventually. Ah, Tornell. I think Tornell has one of the magic swords I need. I think, yeah, the wise men give you a sword. Each wise man has a sword or something. 20 gold. Pretty good. Wasn't the inn back in the first town in Leaf? Wasn't that like 60 bucks? Wow. We good. Okay. So, yeah, fine. What is the name of this town? Yakana statue. We'll deal with that later. Okay, let's see. Do a save here. And a save out here. And I'm going to do a check. I'm going to go back before I end this video. I'm going to go back. Load. Yeah. Let's do a test. Because the enemies will respawn, so that's not even the issue. The issue is, how do I get back to town? In fact, I'll probably just test that out, too. Because there were some warp boots I got in here, but I never got a chance to use them, actually. So it might be something I sell. Well, I might not need the money, but I might not even need the money that much. I probably should have gotten some armor, but hey, I got rewind spells, so I guess that's a challenge for myself. See how long I last without any armor. Whoops. Like I said, we're just doing a test before I finish up this video. I want to see if I can bring down some of these walls and then go back out and save my game just to see how that works. Because that'll save me some trouble. Ah, poison. Yep, still poisoned. So I need to keep refreshing myself, basically, which I used to do a lot when I was a kid. I used to cheat with that refresh spell. Yeah, I need... Yeah. Don't have any antidote. So I'm host. Yep, poisoned. Medicinal herb. I'm probably gonna need that later. I might need that against a boss, basically. So do I save my poison status? Yep, dead. So where's my load screen? 1997. Yeah, I think we turned out just fine. 1997 was a pretty good year for America, as I recall. Economy was doing reasonably well. Crime rate was going down. 97 was a weird time. Kind of amusing that the game came out 7 years before the end of the world. Way to go, Crystalis. Okay, there we go. Yeah. So we're fine here. I'm just gonna do a quick test. Gonna grab some, crap. Took a shot right in the face. Let's just avoid the red jellies, then. They're gonna poison you. These green jellies don't seem to do anything, these green Martian thingies. I'm definitely curious how they did that whole upper level, lower level thing before Zelda 3 did. Like, how did they do the whole bridge thing that we just saw? Just avoid that red thing. Yeah, no turbo button. That's okay, we don't need it. Remember, because we need to be able to hold the attack button down for this wind attack. Medicinal herb. So I got the herb. That's right, I need a ball of wind. Like I said, we're just doing a test. It's just filler for the end of the video. Call this bonus footage. So if I leave... Wait, I gotta equip this. I also need to figure out if I save my hit points. Yeah, I need to figure out if my hit points and magic get saved when I reload a game save. So I'm curious about that. Like I said, we're just gonna bail to see how we do. Because you can't save in here. We have 2 game saves on this battery. I'm kind of surprised. That might be the other reason to buy this, is that if you have an NES game, the battery hasn't been replaced, it's probably dead. I'm sure you can, you know, get some screws, replace it with a coin battery, something like that. I think it'll be fine. God, it takes a while to get over. It takes a while to get out of here, doesn't it? So it's probably not in your best interest to go back and leave. You can avoid a lot of enemies pretty easily. That's one good thing about this game, definitely, is that your player is pretty quick. Let's do a quick save. We're saving over that. So let's do a check. So that's the top. 32, 60, 34. Yeah, it saves your magic, it saves your experience points, and it's supposed to also have the ball of wind. Yeah, I got the ball of wind. So basically, it will save that. Here's what we're going to do. Okay, so now we're back to where we were. Yeah, okay, so our battery saves are saved. Alright, so that explains that part of the system. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to stop the video here and come back later.